What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are in a fantastic day today. And today we have the GeminiJets June 2023 releases for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be taking a look at GeminiJets' June 2023 set. Super excited for this as I've not seen anything on it, so I'm really eager to see what this set's going to be all about. Could go either way. It really could be a very solid release, or also could be kind of in between. So it'll be very interesting to see what GeminiJets has on offer here for June, and I'm really excited for it. So without any further delay, we're not going to waste any further time and go ahead and get started, everybody. So here we go with the GeminiJets June 2023 releases. There's also some talk about possibly some new molds already debuting. The 737 MAX 10 and 767-400 have been announced. We will see if those somehow make a debut just like that. So, and also first release on a Monday in a very long time. So what a great way to start this week. Even though it's May 16th, we're already getting the June releases, so we cannot complain. GeminiJets has their system that works for them, so I'm not complaining. Let me make sure that the microphone's right here. Fantastic. Here we go, everybody. Let's get started. Starting off with the Air France Airbus A320-200, this is going to be Foxtrot Hotel Echo Papa Foxtrot, $52.95 here on the MSRP value, and that aircraft is looking very nice. Absolutely love the effort right there. A good looking airplane with the CFMs and Sharklets, and that'll be a very good aircraft overall in general. So really excited for that. Make sure I don't see anything else. Okay, perfect. I forgot that you have to click it out on the pop-up for the picture. So let's go ahead and have Chrome orientated like this. So looking good, and a nice start to the release right there for our European collectors. Air Mardalis, something like that, Boeing 747 SP 3 Bravo November Alpha Gulf, a very neat retro aircraft right here. So good looking aircraft. It looks really good. This is more of something like NG models would do, but I'm definitely not complaining. First time they're using 747 SP mold in quite some time to my knowledge, so a very unique retro release. Again, I don't think MG's done this one either, so this is a really good opportunity for GeminiJets and certainly getting the full scope here. So a very interesting aircraft. I'm not very educated on it, to be quite honest, so it's hard to speak on, although I will say that the livery looks super nice. Great to see they're using the 747 SP mold, and I'm very eager to see how that one will come out. So certainly a very interesting dynamic to this release to get us started. So yeah, super unique release so far. Let's see what our next aircraft is. Atlas Air Boeing 767-300ER November 649 Golf Tango, and let's see the livery. It is the normal Atlas Air with the passenger windows. Very nice. Probably one I'll pick up here. I'm very excited for this. I've been looking for a 767-300 freighter, but this might be able to kind of do a little bit of both, even though, you know, it's obviously the passenger aircraft, but you know, they do a bunch of charters with these and everything. So maybe this will be good enough, but still a very interesting release. I really like the uniqueness here. Very cool aircraft, and hopefully this one will be a very good one. So a very interesting aircraft right here. Certainly a super interesting release in a broad ways, and I'm really eager to see. I want to see how many Atlas Air has in the passenger variant. I'm really not educated on that, but I still think that's a very unique release, and ultimately I think they did a really good job on that one. So certainly very interesting. But heck, what a release so far. This has been a very, very interesting set, so we won't complain. Contour Ember ERJ 145LR November 12552. Very, very, very nice release. That is absolutely fantastic. Really awesome to see GeminiJets continuing to make these really unique models. We had the JSX Ember 145 last year, the Mesa CRJ 900, the Skywest CRJ 700, and now Contour is another really cool regional jet that we've got here. Very excited for this. We'll definitely be picking this up. They fly to, it's a very diverse aircraft. They fly these to Dallas now. They've flown to Phoenix as well, and they fly to a variety of airports, and also they do several charters too. So I'm really excited for this aircraft. This will be a really good asset for a variety of reasons, not to mention how cool the livery looks. I've also seen Contour several times, so a bunch of factors going into that, but I think that's a really great release right there, and GeminiJets are really knocking that out of the park. That's a fantastic model, and I really like that Contour livery. So GeminiJets, huge A+ with the unique variety when it comes to that Contour 145. I believe that's also their first ever Contour release, so that's a really great effort right there, and that is fantastic to see from GeminiJets. Really great job. Now we're getting Copa Airlines Boeing 737-800 November Hotel Papa 1841 Charlie Mike Papa in the 75th anniversary retro livery. So going after that competition right there, absolutely love to see that. Really cool livery right here with the 75th anniversary. A very unique scheme that Copa used to rock, and it's very cool to see that they now have it on one of their 737-800s with scimitar winglets. I think this will be another very good aircraft for anybody that's looking for it. It looks really good, and I'm eager to see how this one will turn out. So another really solid release right here, and a very cool way to throw it back to another retro livery. So yeah, this has been a very interesting release so far. This also was a future preview, so very nice to see them getting that one out. Very nice. Delta Boeing 737-900ER. This is going to be November 856, Delta November, in a standard livery with scimitar winglets. Very nice. So the last time they did one of these, I believe, was somewhere in middle 2019. I think it was June, July, or August when they did this. So it is very nice to see that they're swinging back around for this one for another round. This is very helpful for anybody that missed out on that NG mods release from a couple years ago, or is just looking for another registration of Delta 737-900. I think this is a really solid release right here, and they do a pretty good job on the 737s for the most part, considering the defects that they already have in place. So this will be a very good opportunity for anybody that's looking for this aircraft, and ultimately I think that this is another very solid release right here for Delta. So very cool to see this. Certainly many ways to go about it, but GeminiJets swing back around to revisit some aircraft that they've done in the past. I think this will be another really good iteration for anybody that's looking for it. So very solid release. I will definitely give that a pass. It's a very nice aircraft right there. Delta Airlines 767-400. So the debut of the 767-400 and 1-400 scale, as I was just referencing, will be on a Delta Colors in Motion aircraft on November 826 Mike Hotel. Wow, what a curveball this is. Was expecting a current livery aircraft, really was. I was not expecting it to be a, sorry, this is the Ron Allen, I apologize. So this branding gets me messed up sometimes. Was definitely not expecting them to do the Ron Allen first, but we'll certainly take it. So was not expecting them to just go out, announce that mold right there and then just absolutely debut it right there. This will be a very cool aircraft. Definitely have to get this, with this being the first 767-400 on the GeminiJets production line. Kind of some context here, 767-400 has been a very requested aircraft over the last, man, it's been a long time. I mean, the last 10 years. Dragon Wings had a molded 767-400 back when they were in operation, but of course they went dormant. So that led to GeminiJets finally deciding to make a mold with all the profits that they made over the years, and just ultimately for all the collectors. I think it was a very good choice for them, and it's really exciting to see some more diversity here in the 1-400 scale. So it would be really nice to hopefully have a very good quality 767-400 mold, and this will be the first flagship manufacturer here in 1-400 to have the 767-400 mold. So this is very exciting for a variety of reasons. As I said, definitely going to have to be a pickup considering that's a brand new mold. I can't remember the last major new 1-400 mold that was, you know, not an interactive or flaps down aircraft that GeminiJets has made. So this is very exciting for a variety of reasons here in 1-400 scale, and certainly a curveball. Was not expecting this to be the first aircraft, but I'm sure they have many plans. Obviously, they probably haven't made this mold for the longest time just due to the limited amount of airlines that have been on it. Delta's put multiple liveries on it. This one in the current livery they have, and they also have some special liveries. United's put the Continental Globe and this livery on it. Continental Airlines also had these too, and I think there was a couple governments and maybe a couple other exceptions, but ultimately not too much variety of airlines that they can do with this mold, but I still think that they'll be able to do a really good job with this. So was not expecting it to come this quick though. It's certainly a very cool aircraft. I think many people are going to be very excited about that. So that will definitely be an aircraft I pick up just for the sake of it being the first 767-400 mold, and another very unique piece to the collection. So certainly very excited for the United and Delta releases to come in the near future in the current liveries. However, this will be a very good starting point. So very interesting. Was not expecting it to be this. I was 100% sure that they were going to do either Delta or United current colors. However, I still think this is a really good release right here, and ultimately quite a curveball to throw some variety into it. So GeminiJets, very interesting, I have to say, very interesting, but I think a bunch of people will be on board with it. So yeah, how about that curveball right there? First 767-400 for GeminiJets will be a Delta Ron Allen. Where can it go from here? Hawaiian 717-200, November 491 Hotel Alpha. How about this? So very cool to see this. Just like the Delta 737-900, this is a fantastic re-release for anybody that missed out on the previous ones. Ironically, I just got one out of a pretty good lot that you guys probably saw in massive unboxing number 30. So probably not an aircraft that I would get. Although if I would have made it to not getting that aircraft in that unboxing, maybe would have got this. But certainly really cool to see this. Hawaiian has a really cool fleet of 717s. Used to have 767s, but now they have the A321 Neos in the A330s. So very cool to see this 717 released. I'm sure that will be a hot seller, and if you're looking for one, haven't got a chance to get one yet, it's a really good opportunity for you. So man, this release has been a bunch of really cool aircraft. So yeah, certainly very interesting. It's really kind of in between. It's a bunch of good aircraft, but they're also not the most, they're pretty popular aircraft like the Contour, the Delta 764 for the retro collectors, and also the Air France A320 along with the Delta 737-900, Hawaiian 717-200, and our next aircraft will be a Trump shuttle, Boeing 727-200. This will be November 918 Tango Sierra. So coming off the 757, now they're going to do the 727. So quite an interesting livery here. All politics aside, this looks like a pretty cool aircraft in terms of the actual livery and aircraft itself. Of course, you have the maroon windows here, which is really cool, and then you have some sort of, I think that's a black. The lights I have here are kind of blinding, but it's either a green or a black, and then an orange along with a really cool tail right here. A very cool aircraft. That should be another very unique one for the retro collectors, and yeah, getting all kinds of aircraft in here, modern and retro related. So what a release this has been. A bunch of variety here and another really unique aircraft right here. So looking good on that aircraft, very unique in all politics aside. Another really good offering there for the 727 family. So very nice right there. What a unique 1-400 lineup. Before we proceed, just very interesting. Was not expecting it to be like this, that's for darn sure, but certainly a bunch of very unique aircraft here and a little bit more variety in the international carriers. I think would have helped, but a very US heavy release. I think they're all really good aircraft. The Air France A320, the 747 SP is really unique. Atlas is a cool model. Contour is a really awesome release. The Copa Retro is fantastic. Then you have the Delta 737-900 and the Hawaiian 717 swing back around, the aircraft that they've already made for anybody that missed out on them. And the Delta Ron Allen 767-400 and the Trump Shuttle 727 look really cool too. All politics aside on everything on the latter. Not to mention that the MSRP for the 767-400 is going to be $59.95, so that is a whopping $1 above the 767-300. So certainly very interesting there, but hey, there we go. So very interesting there. Do we have any like max aircraft to go along with it here in the 400 scale? No, we're straight into the 1-200. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Alaska Embraer ERJ-175 in the honorary or the Horizon retro livery. So nice to see this making it up to the 1-200 scale. I about said already those who serve since I'm so used to that, but yeah, really cool to see this now completing the tryout between 1-400 and 1-200. If you're looking for a really good deal on any Alaska aircraft in either scale, and especially 1-200, you can get this for $40 on the Alaska company store. So definitely recommended. Might have to do that myself with how pretty that livery is. So very cool release right there, 1-200. A British Airways Boeing 777-200ER. This is going to be Golf Yankee Mike Romeo in the One World livery makes its debut, so expect a 400 scale probably in the next couple months, maybe next month, we'll see. Certainly another really cool aircraft. There's definitely mixed feelings on the One World livery on BA's Boeing 777-200ERs, so you know, I think that's kind of just a little bit squished, but still not horrible, I would say. So yeah, definitely it could be saturated too, since we're so used to seeing it on the 747-400, but here it is on 777-200, and another really nice release there for GeminiJets to compete with NG models and everybody else making that. So looking very good there for the BA 777-200. And we're also going to get a flaps and slats extended there. So these are really cool aircraft. Just got one recently that's coming up in a massive unboxing. They're really cool aircraft, especially if they're sentimental to you, or you want to have aircraft displayed landing or, you know, maintenance often at your model airports or just in general. So they're really cool. So very nice to see that right there. Okay, here we go with the FedEx Express McDonnell-Douglas MD-11 freighter, November 584 Foxtrot Echo with the interactive opening and closing doors. So very cool to see this. So hopefully the picture would load. I'd definitely like to see how they have this CGI marked up. Okay, so we have the cargo door opening right here, and probably the cargo doors right here where my mouse is. Really cool to see this aircraft as well. It looks fantastic, and this will be another really good addition for anybody looking for a 1-200. I will be eager to see if this sells on the FedEx company store. They usually sell some aircraft for a little bit of a discount, so hopefully that makes it on there, because the MSRP is definitely really high, but considering it's an interactive heavy 1-200, I couldn't expect anything less. So certainly glad to see that there as well. How about whoa, went a little fast there. Flybe Dash 8 Q400 Gulf Echo Charlie Oscar Echo. Okay, that was kind of a tongue twister. This is in the purple livery, so their latest one. So as you can see here, you got purple throughout. A nice simple livery. I think this is a really good offering for any European collectors that are also looking for this aircraft. Flybe certainly had a very interesting history there, so it's very cool to see GeminiJets representing them here in 1-200 scale as well. So that's looking absolutely fantastic. And then this DC-9 was a Midway Airlines DC-915, November 1065 Tango. A bunch of retro collectors are going to be very excited about that. A really good, sleek-looking aircraft. That was really a livery ahead of its time, in my opinion, considering the billboard titles. That looks something more you'd see nowadays compared to then. And then Tel also looks really nice and simple. So very cool aircraft. That'll be a hot seller than 1-200. I wouldn't expect that in 400 scale, considering that they don't have a DC-915 mold there in 400, but still a very cool aircraft. And I'm sure for anybody looking for that, that'll be a really great aircraft. So very nice right there. In the Republic House livery, Embraer ERJ 175 LR makes it up here to 1-200 scale as well on November 402 Yankee X-Ray. Just like the 1-400, another very unique aircraft here. We're talking about the SkyWest ERJ 700, Mesa ERJ 900, now the Republic 175. It's really cool to see them branching out into all these various house liveries, and I think it's really cool for all the model airports and really in general for any collector if they're looking, if they have a favorite subsidiary or want to represent it realistically. These are really great opportunities to do that. So very cool to see that, and hopefully that turns out fantastic in 1-200. Okay, how about a Russia Air Force Antonov 124? Very unique. November Alpha 82035 for $203.95. Another really cool looking aircraft. So various airlines here operate the Antonov 124. In Aviation 18 video really went into good detail about that when he unboxed the 225 variant the Gemini 200 did. Won a model, by the way. That's super cool. But this is one of them, so certainly very cool to see GeminiJets doing this. I don't think they've ever done a Russia Air Force Antonov 124, although I'm not completely sure on that. So it's certainly cool to see it regardless though, and this is a really good opportunity for anybody looking for it. So MSRP coming in at $203.95, so hopefully the retailer discount brings that down a little bit, because that's certainly a very expensive price, but a really good product you're getting there with the Antonov 124. Southwest 737-800 Tennessee 1, very cool. November 8620 Hotel. This actually should turn out to be a pretty cool aircraft, so expecting a Tennessee 1 GeminiJets release in 400 next month, so that'll be exciting. This is definitely one that I'll consider getting for sure. I've really wanted to get a Southwest Airlines aircraft for my 1-200 fleet, and this would be a really cool aircraft to do that with. Tennessee's a great state, and it was really cool to see this aircraft at TUL on March 5, 2023. So this would definitely be a good one, but at the same time, I kind of do want just a standard livery one. But certainly glad to see GeminiJets really pounding in the Southwest special liveries. Of course, the latest they did was the Desert Gold Retro. Now we're going to be expecting Tennessee 1, and I'm sure Illinois 1 ahead, and the Canyon Blue Max among others. So really cool to see GeminiJets getting after this Tennessee 1, and I think this will be a really cool aircraft. So hopefully that turns out good here on 1-200. So another very solid release right there. Fantastic. In another Southwest, and this is going to be a flaps down. Sorry, I was not expecting flaps down here to come up to 1-200. So certainly another really cool one as well. Just like the British Airways, if you're looking to display your aircraft in that configuration, that's a really good opportunity for you. But nevertheless, certainly glad to see that, and that'll be a really good aircraft right there as well. In the Trump Boeing 757-200 also makes it up to 1-200. November 757 Alpha Foxtrot. Definitely one I would like to get since I saw the aircraft, all politics aside. It's a beautiful aircraft with the livery, the tail, just all the elements make that such a beautiful looking aircraft. And it looks super, super nice as an actual airplane with the RB211s and everything. So really great looking 757. Definitely one to consider there, but we'll see. Just trying to diversify out the fleet significantly. So who knows? We'll have to see. But certainly cool to see that in real life. Nevertheless, that was certainly very cool. And that is it for our GeminiJets June 2023 releases. So a really unique set here, starting off with our 1-400 lineup. That's a very, very, very unique set of aircraft, as you guys can see right here. Some real curveballs. I was really not expecting that 747 SP. That was certainly a very interesting release, or the Delta 767-400. Those are both going to be really cool aircraft, especially that 767-400 for all US retro collectors. Certainly a very unique way to start out the 767-400 line, as you would expect them to do something a little bit more popular in the modern day era. However, for retro collectors, that's a home run, and I'm sure that they're going to be really happy about that. Really cool to see GeminiJets also knocking out some really popular US aircraft, including the Atlas Boeing 767-300 passenger variant. That'll be a very good looking plane. That 767 mold's really good, so excited for that. The Contour 145s are a really great choice. Really appreciate GeminiJets really diversifying their releases with planes that have already been released that people need a newer version of if they missed out on a previous one. And then you have planes like the Contour 145 that are new for everybody. So with how nice Contour's livery is, that should be a really great plane. Excited for that. Some nice international offerings, even though it is a little bit more limited with the Air France A320 and the Copa Retro livery. I think both those will be hot sellers, and both hopefully will come out really nicely. So excited for those. Nice to see GeminiJets also knocking out the Delta 737-900 and Hawaiian 717-200 again for all of those modern collectors that need another release of it, as I was saying with the Contour and Atlas. So nice to see both those done again, and that will be helpful for all those collectors. And as I was saying with the retro offerings for the US, including the Delta 767-400 and the Trump Shuttle 727-200, Politics aside on the ladder, as I said previously, both those the actual airplanes look really great, and excited to see how they'll do with that. And I'm very eager to see that 767-400 mold, what it's all about, and how they do on it. So that'll be a very interesting aircraft right there. And ultimately, as I said, a very interesting set right here. Certainly plenty of curveballs, and the good news is there's probably something for everybody here, so that's fantastic. And hopefully that will be a very good quality release here when all the models come out set in stone. So looking very good right there. As for our 1-200s, it's another pretty diverse lineup of airplanes here too. Really nice to see several of the 1-400s getting transpired up to 1-200, like the Alaska Horizon Retro. We also have the Republic and Trump as well, so that looks really good. And some unique offerings, including the Flybees, a really good aircraft, the Midway. We also have the Russian Air Force aircraft in the Trump. So again, politics aside on all those, really cool to see those released. So I think those aircraft look really nice, and they should be very good for any collection. And then you have some more standard ones that we're excited to see, like the BA 777-201 World. We have the FedEx MD-11 Interactive. We have the Southwest Tennessee 1. So ultimately a very good release. And I think this is a really good combination of not too much fire, but also not dull. So really good release right here. I really applaud GeminiJets and their efforts and what they chose to do here. Of course, there's different interpretations of every release and what's good and what's bad and what companies choose to do. But at the end of the day, I think that GeminiJets had the intention of satisfying every collector with at least some aircraft here or some saving opportunities if they wanted to do that as well. And I really do think that most collectors will agree with me that I think they knocked it out of the park in both scales doing that. There's not too much fire, but there's also nothing if you want to buy something. So really great release right here. Definitely working towards the Contour and the first 767-400 for Delta here. Definitely some others that I'll consider, including the Atlas 767 and possibly the Tennessee one, or just because I saw the Trump 75 in real life, maybe that one as well. All politics aside, again, really great release right here. Super excited for the future to come, and I'm really eager to see how these aircraft turn out. So let me know in the comment section which ones you guys are planning to get, and let me know what you guys thought about this release. Again, very diverse. There was a bunch of curveballs there, and I think they did a really good job with this one. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.